All right, what's up, nerds? It's your boy, and I am giving you all a gift as I'm gonna be. Jesus, I'm fat. Giving you guys a little mid-season review of our fantasy football draft. It is Columbus Day, and I work for the government, so they let us go a little bit earlier than normal. So I will be giving you guys a little breakdown on how I think your guys' teams are shaping up so far, what you can look forward to, and what picks kind of look like they might suck a little bit. First thing I want to get started with is that I did review the top of the draft, and what I will just say right now is running back is a cesspool. There are no great consistent backs. Derrick Henry is number one by far. Every other running back has either gotten hurt and missed time or had some butt cheek game or just had a nagging injury that's slowing them down. Right now, Derrick Henry by far the best. Then next, I would probably say Zeke. I'm not sure if he's number two. And then James Robinson is coming on. Every other running back has had some sort of up and down kind of game. Those are really the ones that I think are probably working out the best. So, with that being said, let's review teams. So, starting first, let's do our commissioner with Team Horseplay. Love the horse puns, Jeff. You at least, it's on theme and you change that name. I liked your draft when I first did this, and I still really like your draft. You had some bad weeks, but obviously you came on strong and you're blowing the hell out of whoever you're playing. Devontae Adams, right pick at 11. He's starting to come on for you. Eckler just had a huge game. Josh Allen just had a huge game. He played the Chiefs. Hasn't been that great this year. Gus Edwards, you could not have predicted that ACL injuries were just going to run rampant on the Baltimore team. And let's see if you got anything good. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You did draft AJ Green. I don't know if you're playing him still, but that was pretty nice. And you picked up Cordell Patterson. So overall, the top of your draft is looking really strong, and those guys are producing for you. So like it. Next, we got Campbell, Rate of Play. I like it. That's the second time John Coffey of Avon Fields has been referenced. So Nick Chubb has been good. Diggs has been James Robinson's coming on. Ooh, Brandon Ayuk. Ooh, I'm so sorry. And then you've got Hawkinson who's been good. Herbert who's been good. Again, top of your draft is good. I don't really see anybody here who you drafted at the bottom who mattered. I think you dropped Chuba Hubbard, so you could have maybe held on to him and waited for McCaffrey to get hurt. But overall, nothing too interesting in your draft. Again, top of your draft looks like it's playing out. You didn't mess anything up. I don't see any really good late value picks that I know you definitely kept. You would have to tell me. Oh, Darrell Henderson Jr., I think he's been more valuable than where he got drafted, but that's about it. Next up, we got Andy with Wet Dreams. Kelsey's kind of been on the downturn as the Chiefs have been struggling a little bit. Najee Harris just had a good game. CeeDee Lamb's been disappointing. Keenan Allen's been good. Julio got hurt, but he was being good. I feel like Dax should be doing more for you, so that's rough. And, your value pick is obviously Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has been a beast. He's your QB1 all year, so who cares what Dak's doing? Did not forgot that. So, Jalen Hurts, awesome pick. Honestly, because you have Hurts, I would say that you were pretty appropriate as it seems now on your picks. Leonard Fournette probably wasn't worth anything really, but he does technically start, so it is what it is. But that Hurts pick is by far the best value pick of the three teams I've reviewed here. He's just been a beast in fantasy. He's been very up and down for the Eagles in reality. All right, next up, let's go to the newly married man, Mr. Marchie. Kamara, like I said, the running backs just haven't been consistent this year, although he's coming off a 2-touchdown good game. Waller was good. Raiders are such a stupid team. Miles Sanders freaking sucks, man. I don't know what's going on in Philly. They don't want to run the ball with him, and he's just not getting opportunities. They've got a better pass catching back who I picked up. I didn't know that he was going to get away from the offense like that, so that sucks. Your wide receiver room, Cortland Sutton's been better than I thought. Teddy Bridgewater's been getting him the ball the wide receivers the ball more. And nothing else good. I don't know why you drafted Ben Roethlisberger to your team. That was stupid. All right. Then we got Forrest's team. Dalvin Cook, cool. Again, he's been injured, though. A.J. Brown, injured. David Montgomery's actually been pretty good, but he just got injured. Tyler Lockett had 2 great weeks. Aaron Rodgers had that 1 bad game, but he's been good since. You know, Forrest, your team is a little bit rough. They're beat up. Your boys is beat up. So I hope you've made some good, that team's looking rough. I hope you made some good picks otherwise. But no steals. So far, Jalen Hurts is winning the day with the best value pickup from Andy. But I think that there were a lot of people predicting that. He just was one who jumped on him first. That when I say a lot of people, I mean professionals who do this, not me. Then Mark, who wasn't first, but it looks like he's going to lose back-to-back games. I think Christian McCaffrey's a good pick still. He got injured, but he pulled a hamstring. I think he should be back for his next game. Chuba Hubbard clearly is not a good enough replacement, so whatever. Justin Jefferson's been solid for you. Chris Carson got hurt because, again, running back cesspool. Cooper Kupp's been a beast. That's an awesome pick. If anybody would have known Cooper Kupp would have produced like that, he definitely should have gone in round 1 or 2, so you got him in round 4. That's awesome. I wouldn't say it's as good as Jalen Hurts because, I don't know. He's the number 1 wide receiver in the 4th round. Yeah, I like that. Anyway, that's really good. Yeah. Maybe that's the best pick. So Cooper Kupp and Jalen Hurts are the 2 that are really working out for you. I know you've had to play some of your backup running backs, so it's a good thing you invested in running back. So you've had to play Jamal Williams. He's been okay. Tunyon, I could have told you he got way too many touchdowns last year, and he's been touchdown dependent. He's mostly been cheeks. Erica has him in our other league. I like you having A.J. Dillon, though. I like... the anti-vax guy, Cole Beasley, has not been good. The other Kansas City receivers have not done anything. Yeah. But that Cup pick is really keeping you above water, so I like it a lot. Next, let's go to Deep Tissue Massage Parlor. That'll be one Paul Madden. Zeke is looking like a great value pick at 7. Awesome. He should have gone in the top 4, obviously, but he fell to 7. That is absolutely fine. I don't think that's necessarily great because, you're more or less pick him at 7 as he sort of slides down the board, but he is working out, so dope. D-Hop, he's been good. He can obviously turn it around with 5 games in. Kittle hasn't done too much, so Robert Woods has been disappointing. DeAndre Swift's been good. I did not think he'd be that good. So I like that pick. That's decent. DJ Moore's been a beast, so awesome pick in round 6. Not as good as good Cup, but DJ Moore, awesome pick. Let's see who you got. Michael Pittman, if he's still on your team, I really like him. I think that as whatever's going on with Carson Wentz's feet gets better, he's going to be a really nice player to have, especially if they get T.Y. Hilton back so they can take some of the pressure off of. I really like Michael Pittman Jr. in Indy. So that's another good one. So, Paul, I would say you probably got the best overall value in your picks because they're not guys who I expected to do well. And you got them about where they were slated / a little bit lower than where they fell. Even your first pick with Zeke, he was supposed to go top 4. So, definitely giving you the award for most value at the back half of the draft or below ADP, which I think is probably why you asked me to do this, but whatever. Aaron Jones, he's been typical Aaron Jones, boomer bust, so that sucks. We're on to Ryan Mullins' team right now. Tyreek Hill, weirdly, has been boomer bust. He's normally much more consistent. Mahomes has actually been, I think, good fantasy-wise. He's just had too many turnovers, so that sucks. Kyle Pitts finally had a big game. Chase Edmonds has been... Jamar Chase, I never could have predicted that Jamar Chase would have been this good as a rookie, especially after he dropped the ball all preseason. And then he told reporters that he was one of the things he was struggling with catching the ball was the line on it that they haven't... It was the dumbest thing in the world. But he's been great. He has definitely played up to what the Bengals expected him to be. I can't front on that at all. Now, can he keep it up all season? I have no idea. Who cares? He's been great. Bengals are actually really fun to watch because of him and Joe Burrow. Awesome pick, Ryan. Really worked out for you. You got him in the 7th round, and he's like top. I want to say he's like top 5 in fantasy. Definitely top 10, but awesome. Then you got some things that aren't as awesome. You do got my boy Young Hoku though, so that we will pretend that worked out, even if it's been mediocre. Next up, Mr. Winslow. I gotta give you Nick credit for getting Derrick Henry at 4, even though that's where he was slated to go. You have the number 1 running back. I'm giving you credit for it. Calvin Ridley has not done what people thought he would do in Atlanta as the sole guy. Mike Evans has been way better than I thought he would be. Lamar has been good, but we expected that. Kareem, Nick's team is at the top of the league for a reason. You've also got Michael Thomas potentially coming back to play for the Saints. So your team could be absolutely nasty. And as we know in this league, if you're great during the regular season, you are going to lose in the playoff. But, you'll still get to flaunt this great draft at people. Oh, yeah, you got Gronk too? Oh, your team is sick, dude. You got Gronk in the 9th round. So he was definitely like the number 6, 7 tight end taken. And when he was playing, he was absolutely dominating. So he'll be back eventually. Fantastic. Easily the best team in our league for a good reason. Fantastic. Now let's go to Mr. Chesnick. His team's on bad times. Saquon, look, he had 2 good games and now he's got hurt again. Hopefully the ankle sprain's not too serious. They showed how much his ankle swelled. His ankle got big. All right, it was swelling up from when it got stepped on. It did not look good, but they said that the X-rays were negative, or the MRIs were at the time of me recording this. So we'll see. Clyde Edwards-Helaire suffered an injury too, but he at least had just come off 2 good games. And then you also got Josh Jacobs, who, So your 3 RB strategy, it may not work out for you. But then I'm getting a damn call. That was a scam. Adam Thielen and OBJ. Jerry Jeudy hurt. Sony Michel. Tom Brady. He's been good. And AB in the 9th. Yeah. I like that. That's great value. I think Chark's been hurt, so I don't think he's done too much for you. I traded you for Tony Pollard. It would have been a pretty good pickup where you got him. He's top 20, I think, in running backs. And because running back is a cesspool, that's why I traded for him. But you got Marquise Brown, who's had, I think, 3 good games. We'll see if he has another good one tonight. So the top of your draft, unfortunately, that's just bad luck. That sucks. But I think you've got a chance if Tom Brady, AB, and maybe one other player can produce big for you. Thielen maybe start scoring some more touchdowns, but, it's the way she goes sometimes. Then let's go to the homie, Josh Miller. Jonathan Taylor's been solid. He's played well. It just hasn't sort of resulted in a lot of points and touchdowns, mostly because Carson Wentz has been hurt. Can't do anything about that. Joe Mixon's been really good. Great pick. I like Terry McLaurin. Great pick. Kyler Murray, absolutely a steal. He has been the best quarterback this year. I think Josh Allen might have overtaken him in overall scoring, but I'm going to give you credit for drafting him in round 4. He's definitely somebody who should have gone in 2 or 3 based on how he's produced. So big props for that. He's going to keep doing that too. He's had some, I know this past week I think he was pretty mediocre, but he's such a threat to run, and he loves chucking the ball downfield. Great. Brandon Cooks, awesome pick. I don't know. They got some man named David Mills throwing him the ball in Houston, and you got him in the 7th round, and Brandon Cooks is producing. It's important to know who is fantasy relevant and who is just a name, and Brandon Cooks is fantasy relevant. Great job. And you got Deebo Samuel in the 9th round. Oh, awesome. I told you the Bucks D. I think people thought it was gonna be good, but it's not your fault that you didn't know. These are problems that people knew about. They were just rated really high because of that Chiefs Super Bowl performance being so dominant. But that's not your fault. And then Daniel Jones as a backup, he actually has produced fantasy wise. So also you got some good value all around, I think, Josh. I think that Cooks Samuel pickup, that is pretty awesome. But outside of that, normal team. So you got a shot. And then last, but not necessarily least, is my team. I think that my first 4 picks of Antonio Gibson, DK Metcalf, Amari Cooper, Chris Godwin have worked out about as what I thought. Myles Gaskin, he finally had a good game, but he's been absolute ass. Russell Wilson's hurt. That sucks. Traded Marquise Brown, obviously. James Conner is a touchdown machine. Got rid of Jonnu Smith. He was ass. Mike Williams, that's my good pick. That's my value pick. Got him in the 10th round. He carried my team this week. He got me almost 30 points. So definitely great. Broncos D, I have been hearing a lot about how the Broncos D was supposed to be good. So they're, after this week, probably a top 5, top 10 defense. They were like 2 or 3. They haven't really gotten any defensive touchdowns or special team scores, but they've been playing well, and they've had some easy matchups, which was the thing I was banking on to begin with. Sucked that Fitzmagic got hurt. Greg Zuerlein's my kicker. He's been fine. So that's it. I would definitely say the best value team is Paul's team overall. Josh has some really nice ones. And Nick had just a good draft, as we are right now. So we'll see where the season goes from here. Right now, let's take a look at the standings and see what could or may not change. We got Nick Volanich at the top of the league. He's had a great draft, not surprised. Josh's team is actually doing decently well, not surprised. Mark's team is a little bit banged up. It looks like he's going to lose this week. We're about to have a lot of teams at 3-2, I know, this week, because I'm going to win. Jeff's going to win. Like I said, Mark, I believe, is going to lose. I'm not looking at all these teams, though, but it'll be interesting to see how the season plays out. Right now, we have one winless team, and that is one Mr. Scott Chesnick. And if there's anybody who absolutely deserves to be at the bottom of the barrel, it is his team. He is always the most overconfident when we do this, despite me talking like I'm the most well-informed. Looks like Scott is going to, oh my God, no way. Forrest just had an absolutely abysmal week. I did not see that. He had 44 points against Scott. Oh, that's ass. Oh, man. Yeah. But it's going to be interesting. The season's shaping up to be what people want it to be. People wanted 6 teams in the playoffs. I definitely wouldn't have voted for that, but we'll see. It'll be fun, so I hope you boys have a good rest of your day. I'll do this again probably sometime around week 9 or 10. We'll see what happens. Until then, don't have an early death unless that's what you really want.